viewers, you're welcome to Beyond Oil today on OSBC TV. My name is Deji Adefila. This program has been put together knowing fully well what is going on with the economy of our nation, Nigeria. The president and so many stakeholders have come out to say that we need to look beyond oil in this nation so that we can develop our economy very well with other things that we can do. Talking from agriculture to going to entertainment, even ICT technology. And today on the program, we're going to be looking at agriculture like we have been doing in some other previous editions of this program. And basically, it's going to be on arable crops today. And that's why I brought to the studio the chairman, the Cassava Growers Association in the state of Osun, and also the zonal chairman of Cassava Growers Association in the southwest of Nigeria, Dr. David Ogunshade. How are you, sir?
Oh, how are you, Deji? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yes, nice to see you. Yes.
Yeah, Doctor, I want us to look at some things, that as regards the introduction that I've just done. Yeah. And but basically, before we go into that, I want to know your comments concerning how we have gotten to this place, how we have found ourselves where we are since we discovered oil in Nigeria.
Well, I in the late 60s and 70s, we were following the footsteps of Chief Awolowo by trying to modernize agriculture, most especially in southwest Nigeria. But along the line, as a result of we develop a new taste for making quick money. So everybody becomes a contractor, emergency contractor, and even the bank, our commercial banks, have also contributed to this trend. Because if a farmer should go to a baby today, then they will be starting to ask for collateral, which he may not be able to provide. But if a contractor coming from nowhere goes to a bank today, he wants about 2 million, the money will be readily given, because they say, they know that he's going to pay back immediately. But that is not very important. What is important is that now the realization that oil has been a wasted asset. It's a wasted asset, and then we have seen it, and we have seen where we are now today. But last year by this time, a barrel of oil was being sold for about $106. Today is about $36 or $37. Yeah. You can see the trend. You can see now a lot of states are having problems of paying their staff and salaries.
Why did you call oil a wasted asset?
Because it's a wasted asset because it's not in the you cannot, it's not sustainable. In the sense of it, it's a wasted asset. It's not sustainable.
What should we have done with oil?
We should have used oil money to develop our agriculture, like the British did during the colonial era. They had the colonies, the slave trade, they made money, and they had foresight, and they built industries. When this, because they knew that colonialism will not go forever, that people will start to fight for their freedom, and that's what they did. So the money was already there. So now you have factories, and then now our people are going to Britain and America to go and work as factory workers. So, but in our own case, we had nothing to show for our oil wealth, which we have realized over the last 40 years.
Okay, but I want you to look at from your area, which you are chairman,
yes.
Cassava Growers Association,
yes.
in the state. I know quite well that Nigeria is the highest producing country of cassava. But we seem to have done nothing about it as well. Do we just produce cassava and throw it away? Just sell them to all those countries? And how many tons do you think we provide?
Today, Nigeria is producing about 45 million metric tons yearly. Yearly. It's the largest in the whole world.
Wow.
But unfortunately, we are not able to add values to this production in terms of turning it to like cassava bread, like ethanol, like starch, and a lot of things like alcohol, or like Brazil, or even South Africa. We started just planting cassava about 10 years ago. Now they are adding values, and they have ethanol industries in South Africa, even Senegal here. But till today, we are just producing gari and lafun, and that is all. So that's what we are saying.
What's wrong with our system?
Our system, because where we started from, this oil mentality, because people believe that there's no money to be earned in agriculture, that if you are in the oil sector, energy sector, then you are quick money. So this mentality of having money, even our youth, they have this mentality. You see them in the universities, they believe that, like in Lautech, I made this study there about 2-3 years ago. Out of for only 5% of the agricultural students were practicing agriculture after their graduation. 5% only, because a lot of them they want to work in the banks, they want to work in the civil service, and the rest. They don't want to do agriculture because they see farmers as the last of the society. So the SEC, nobody wants to identify with the farmers. So that's the problem. I don't blame this youth, because farming is not sustainable right now in Nigeria. Because if you are a young man now, you cannot pray that your child should become a farmer, as it is today.
But we eat every day. I mean, if not because of the farmers, why we are not going to have food to eat?
Yeah, exactly. But the orientation, we have to change the orientation, and it's changing very fast now. Because
from where should that start?
It must. The government, yes, but the farmers ourselves, we have started to doing it now. Like I'm here now in my office. I have employed about 3 university graduates as extension officers. They are graduated from Lautex, and they are well paid. They are happy. So their colleagues are now saying that farming can also be, attractive. So we want to make farming attractive to our youth.
I want to find out, are you farmers incapacitated, in carrying out the other things that we need to do, especially with cassava that we're talking about right now? We could make bread, we could ethanol, and all of that. Yeah. Are you incapacitated to carry out all those things?
Yeah, because you need finance to do all these things. We have started doing it, but unfortunately, the commercial banks in Nigeria are not cooperating. They don't cooperate.
They don't want to invest in agric.
They don't want to invest in agric. And even when you want to borrow money from them, they ask you to pay about 20-30% interest. And how can you make profit in agricultural endeavor if you are being asked to pay 20-30% interest? It's not possible. So the commercial bank have to change their modus operandi. They have to be farmer friendly. They have to also realize that there's money to be earned in agriculture, like they are doing this in America, in South Africa, in Brazil, all over the world. So we are talking to them, and they have, before I came here today, I have been to Union Bank. They have an agricultural desk there.
Yeah.
So we are trying to cooperate also.
Negotiate with them. Okay. So, well, apart from cassava, there are other arable crops that you deal with.
Yes.
And can you just highlight some of them? And
where I deal mostly with cassava, because it's a lot to be done in this sector.
Okay.
Like I have said, we are producing about 45 million metric tons yearly. And we have in my association we have about 2 million members right now. We have about 2 million members right now throughout Nigeria. Yes, we have. And then we have started to acquire property. We have property in Lokoja. We have property in Abuja.
Property for what?
Building, because we have to invest.
Okay.
So as to do it as sustainable. So and that these are attracting. We have employed a lot of youth now, and then we are also assisting them to access loan. Right now we are operating the system whereby we in Osun State in the last 1 year have given about 1,000 farmers loan, agric loan. Yes, from the BOA, Bank of Agric. To plant cassava, just mainly cassava, and you have to plant about at least minimum of 5 hectares. 5 hectares to be qualify for this grant and loan.
Okay. Well, you mentioned the youth.
Yes.
There is something I know that if you talk about the youth in Nigeria, say, let's go to the farm, they look at you as if you are not serious, like you don't know what you're saying.
Well, I don't blame them personally, because you cannot give hoes and cutlasses to a graduate and ask him to go and farm.
But what should
right now we have to mechanize. That's what we are trying to do. We have to mechanize, to provide tractors, to provide land. Even land is not easy to come by in Nigeria, that, because of the land decree and then the traditional practices. So we are now working with the traditional rulers so that they are cooperating with us.
So that they can give you land?
Release land, yes, because if you want to farm, you have to get land.
Yeah.
And land is sufficient land to make it profitable, because you cannot just be planting 2 hectares of cassava and then think you are going to make money. No, it's not possible.
Do you have challenges in getting that from the traditional rulers?
Yes, we have. We have challenges because sometimes family, the extended family problem in Nigeria is very serious, because you can have an agreement with one traditional ruler, and then tomorrow his brother will come and say, no, you don't have the right to give the land out. Yes, so but by and large we are getting on well with that.
Now I want you to just let our viewers know if I want to start a cassava farm now,
yes,
as a youth,
yes,
what are the ways to go by? What do I do?
First and foremost, you have to look for land.
Okay.
Land which is very sandy land, loamy land, fertile land.
Yes.
Then you have land preparation. In this you have to lease the land. To lease an acre of land, you have to pay 2,000 naira today in Osun State. Acre, not hectare. Acre.
To lease.
To lease, yes. You have to pay 2,000 naira.
Okay. That lease goes for how many?
Just this is yearly. Yearly.
It's yearly.
It's yearly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So after doing that, then land preparation.
Okay.
What we call land preparation. Then that is plowing, harrowing, and ridging.
That is where you're going to need tractors.
Yes, that's
to help you do all of those
things. And we are providing tractors to our youth right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you give them free or they rent?
No, they pay. For 1 hectare, they pay about 3,000 naira.
3,000
for 1 acre. Yes.
1 acre.
1 acre, about 3,000 naira.
All right.
Then after that, you have to look for planting materials.
They have to look for it themselves?
No, we do it for them. We do it for them. And then we get planting material from IIT in Ibadan, IIT in Ibadan, and then RTEP, then we get it from ADP, and even from Ministry of Agriculture sometimes we get.
Okay.
Yes, and then from our own source too.
Do they do nursery for all those things, so that you go and get them from there?
No, because there is a multiplication program which we had about 3 or 4 years ago.
All right. So
we got some variety, quality variety cassava sent from IIT, and then we multiply.
Are they hybrid?
Hybrid. Like for 419 and there is TMS 98.
Okay.
The hybrid, and where you can get about 20 to 25 tons per hectare.
Per hectare?
Yields, yes.
20 to 25 tons?
Yeah,
that's
yes.
a good number.
Then we are working towards getting about 50, 60. They are doing South Africa on 1 hectare. By encouraging farmers to increase their plant population.
Okay.
Like if you have about 10,000 plants in 1 hectare, then your yield may be maybe up to 20 tons. But we are trying to have about 15 to 20,000 plants within 1 hectare. Then you can have about 40, 50 tons per hectare
at the end of it.
As they are doing it in South Africa or even Senegal here. We started planting cassava just about a few years ago. They imported cassava from Nigeria. Cassava sent from us here.
Wow.
And now they are doing well. They are exporting cassava products in the international market right now, which we are not doing in Nigeria.
Sometimes when you mention hybrid, hybrid seedlings, hybrid, cassava things, don't they have an adverse effect when you talk about hybrids?
Well, not always, not always, because you are talking about the biological, yes, but not always, not with cassava.
Okay.
Not with cassava.
Okay. All right. You've
because right now we are having even vitamin A cassava right now. I think you have heard about it.
Vitamin A, yeah.
Yes, you have heard about it. You have a yellow cassava. It has all the nutrients you need as in any food.
Yeah, the last government in Nigeria, they were able to bring about cassava bread.
Yeah.
And basically, it's only you find it in Abuja. I don't know if there is in other places.
We cassava bread, you can find cassava bread in Lagos, you find in Abuja and some other cities, but it's not common in Osogbo here. Yeah. Because of our bakers, they are dilly-dallying, to
testing the waters.
Yes, exactly. So they have not, but they have been holding meetings. Within the next few months, I think they will join the,
Okay.
Last year, it was launched in Ekiti State.
Yeah.
Under Fayemi at that time. So,
Okay.
but in Osun, we have not reached that stage here.
Okay.
But we are talking to them, and they join. Yes.
Well,
because right now, I want to tell you that the Ogbeni Aregbesola has invited some Chinese to come and build starch industry, cassava starch industry in Osun State. I was in that meeting, and this is progressing very well. So when it started,
I think it's a good step in the right direction.
Yes. So as to get market for our farmers, because sometimes we have a glut in the market of cassava. If you produce and you cannot sell, then next year, then you'll be discouraged. You will not like to produce anymore. Yes, this is the problem.
Okay, you'll be talking about the youth.
Yes.
How do you encourage, or how can you convince a youth to come and start a farming? You've had experiences with some of the graduates that you have with you.
Yeah.
And how were you able to convince them that it is good for them?
It's very practical. We say that when they come, then the first thing they ask is they don't have land. So we make arrangement for them to get land, and they get land. Then the next thing is land preparation. Then that's tractors. Then we arrange for them for tractors, and then the next thing is finance, which we also assist to them to access money
through loans,
and grant.
Okay.
What we are doing currently is grant and loan. That thereby, for 1 hectare you are given 3,000 naira, and out of this 3,000 naira you only pay back 20,000. The rest is free grant from the federal government.
From the federal government?
Yes, under Jonathan.
That's an interesting one.
Program is on now.
Okay.
And this year we have been given 9,000 bags of fertilizer in Osun State, my association, which have been distributed to farmers.
The association gives that?
Through the federal government.
Through the federal government.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture, which we give to farmers free of charge this year. And it's still ongoing.
It's still ongoing?
Yes, those are the ways we attract our youth.
Okay, and
right now, before I forget, we are going to launch our own bank in Oyo next Monday, on the 20th of this month.
Okay.
And so that is also going to be additional impetus for our youth, because if they can easily access money, then they will like to take to farming. Yes, because we have to address all the problems, the future problem that the youth are likely face.
Yeah, the challenges.
So that's why we providing we have bought some tractors and even trucks. Yes.
So you actually believe that by the way of going agriculture this way and all of that, we will be able to overcome some of the challenges we have economically in this nation?
It's value change in the cassava industry. I believe if it's properly followed, with agricultural cassava sector alone can employ about 5 million youth a year. Yes. So across the line.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, I want you to look at how about selling your products, because I know that area would be of concern to a lot of people probably that listen to you right now and they want to go into cassava.
Yes.
Okay, after planting and everything, when I harvest, how do I sell?
Well, I like to give this an example. I'm very sorry to say, but I say it. The former VC of Lautech, that's Professor Adeleke.
Okay.
Right now he has started to producing gari in the farm also, because he's a cassava farmer.
Yeah.
And instead of selling his cassava cheap, he just got this bit industry and he's producing gari and he's selling. Yes, he's selling Lagos back. So the youth can also follow this example of a professor, for that matter. Yes.
So you're encouraging people probably to have an industry to produce gari instead? Yes.
In Osun State, the last government built about 15 cassava industries all across the state. The three major ones were built in Ogbagba and Ijebu-Jesha and Okuku, if you can recollect.
Yes.
And then we have 12 smaller ones. We are running one out of this 12 one in a farm. Okay. So and the rest are line follow. So I encourage this youth to go to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and see the PS Revenue Osho is going to assist them, and they can also apply and they can be allowed to manage these industries. Yes.
Yeah, before we go on the program,
Yes.
I know you are of age now.
Yes.
I know this could also be a way of discouraging people that are growing old. Many of our farmers are already old,
Yes.
and there is need for new ideas
Yes.
to be brought to the table
Yes.
for people to go about it.
Yes.
What has the organization done as regards training of people and also some farmers in order for them to be abreast of what is going on in the world market?
Well, let me tell you this. By October, we have arranged, there is going to be a training program in Elisha. That is a Senaba farm through the Corporation of Olam International of Holland. So we are going to train about 200 youth in agricultural practices.
Okay.
So they start the training by next week. I can show we have shortlisted them, and then they can testify to it because they have attended the interview on the farm.
Yeah.
And then the response was very, very, very encouraging because we are very skeptical that maybe this you will not like to come, but we got more than we needed. So we are going to start, and we are going to train them in the modern agricultural methods, and then they are going to be paid 15,000 every month. Yes, and then for the training is going to last for 1 year.
200 youth.
200 youth.
And 15,000 every month?
Every month, yes.
How do you rake all of that money?
I've told you that through the cooperation of one company called Olam.
Okay, in
Yes.
Holland.
Olam, yes, it's international.
Okay.
So and the Senaba, I think you know the Senaba farm in Elisha.
Yeah.
So they are parting this thing.
Okay.
So that's and then our own bank. So we are looking for youth also who are going to work in the bank, and then they are going to encourage their fellow students to join the farming.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And before I forget also, in October, I think October, so we are going to open a cassava market in Nisha, in Osun State.
Nisha, okay.
Yes, which the land has been given to us by the KBC there.
Okay.
And it's purely on cassava. You go there and sell your cassava.
Okay.
So we are going to invite you to that ceremony.
It's all right.
Yeah, so we are doing all these things because we know that our youth, we have to take care of them, and then to open their eyes to agricultural opportunity, because there are a lot of opportunities which they don't know. So it's not being done like you give them a whole cutlasses to go and toil and then have problem. No, we are not going to do that now. We are not doing it now. Yes, it's modern system of agriculture.
Modern agriculture.
And those of them who are quite good, we can send them abroad to go and train them.
Okay.
Yes.
Finally, your word of encouragement to the youth out there, because there is need for them to get to do so. A lot of youth just walk around the streets doing nothing.
Yeah.
I want you to encourage them.
Well, you see, from my own practical experience, I get a lot of applications on a daily basis. The CV and by all these university and polytechnic graduates, and I used to tell them that. It's a waste of time if you think you can get a white-collar job in Nigeria today. So it's better go back to agriculture because it is too late. Because it's going to be crowded. I can tell you that very soon. Because as we have stated, we have seen that oil is a wasted asset, and there's no hope there. And then we talk about corruption. You cannot see a farmer get involved in corruption because there's no quick money to be earned there, but you have to labor to get your, to
get your money
there. So there is no corruption there, and that's why I call that a farmer should be made a federal minister of agriculture in some interview that I gave a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, viewers, have been speaking with the chairman, Cassava Growers Association in Osun State, and also the zonal chairman in the Southwest, Dr. David Ogunshade. He has been able to tell us the things that we need to do as regards, especially cassava in this part of the country. There is need for our youth to go into all this thing. He has said that there is no need for you to take a cutlass and a hoe to go on the farm. They are going to make available resources for you, mechanisms that you will need to go about in order for it to be easier for you. There will be tractors, there will be plowing machines that will help you in probably tilling your lands before you even plant. They are even ready to supply you with loans, that you can use to start your farming. He talked about one of the grants that they will give you 83,000 naira grant, and you only have to pay back 28,000. The rest is free. These are very, very great opportunities for us to go about it in this country, Nigeria. There is need for us to do something else, apart from depending on oil, in order for us to have a better economy in the nation Nigeria. The president has come out to say this as well, that we need to look beyond oil, and that is what we are doing on this program. And until next time, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you very much
for coming on.
Deji, thank you very much. Nice to see you.
My name is Deji Adefila. Thank you to everyone who's worked with us today on the show. Have a good day. God bless you.